Last time, we were working hard at opening up this trench and starting to drop down. Working well through the night, as I know and the critters around that things are really about to change through this forest. The sun rises in the beginning to a new day, with all the fall colors lying around and my everyday routine. Collecting water or washing up, morning times on the creek feel a little timeless, just like the prospectors of yesterday had just left.
Well, good morning. See, I got a nice big fire going today. Yesterday I had you get that tickle in your throat. Wife and kids have been sick for a while. I figure I avoided it. Yeah, I woke up this morning a little stuffed up. Got the chills a little bit. But we'll use the bush remedy. Nice hot fire here. Get the blood going again. Boiling up some coffee right now. Get a good strong cup of joe through me. A couple stretches and then get back to digging. Yeah. Halfway through the day I'll feel a little better. But I'm sure by tonight I'll feel worse. Yeah, a little cold ain't gonna slow me down. Yeah, we'll get warmed up here and we'll get going on with the day. Starting to get down into some nice gravels down in there, getting down there deep. So as much as I'd like to curl up back in the sleeping bag, we got stuff to do.
Working through the morning, digging my way down, as the sun passes high overhead and warms the forest up again.
I'll just shut down for a bit of lunch. Guy needs to fuel up. Yeah, I got quite a bit done this morning. Turning out to be a nice day. Warming up good. Yeah, have a little bit of lunch here. Clean up that high banker and see what we got. Starting to get pretty deep down in there. Still haven't hit the bottom, which is good or bad depending on how you look at it. But yeah, we'll have lunch. A few stretches here. Gets hard on the back. Digging down in there and hauling buckets, running the high banker, running down, filling up the gas in the pump. Yeah, looks like we'll have a spot to eat here. Clean out this high banker and see what kind of gold we got. Didn't see any big pickers in there. It's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. Well, lunch is over. Holy man. Let's hope this doesn't go down too much further. Yeah, cleaned out that high banker. Found lots of nice flake, lots of heavies in there. That was all through these layers here. And let's just hope that the big gold's going to be down here today. Everything that was sitting under this big flat rock here seems to be dropping quite a bit more than I was thinking. Right. See? Don't have to worry about this one. She's pretty solid. It's nice organized gravel material underneath here though. Once the guy gets all this cleaned out, probably it wouldn't be a bad idea. Dig this one out, take this material underneath here. Same as going down this way. But don't worry about that path when we cross it. Hopefully we don't run into any big boulders down here. That'll really slow things up. Oh yeah, the life of a prospector. I think all these years of work might never pay off. That's why if you're going to get into the gold prospecting or gold mining, you better just enjoy being out here. Gold's a plus.
Precious gold. Definitely worth the chase and can set a man free in more than one way. As I work my body hard, in my mind, I feel things really slow down as I think of all the past prospecting I've done in this river channel, exploring the deposits and the gravels and the boulders around. Then one must take everything he's learnt from this modern channel and then turn the clock backwards on time. As you're in the bush, the clock goes further back, the further you go into them hills, hundreds to thousands of years. It's always interesting to me as I'm working my sampling holes and trying to figure out general directions and possibly the age. One of the nicest things about gold prospecting is it can really keep one's mind busy as you need to think back in time in a 360-degree pattern. Sure makes for a fast day.
Always fun. Well, there's never a rock around when you need it.
I do have come-alongs and hoists on site, and it would have made a lot easier of a job. But I kind of wanted to show you guys, just like the old timer, how much work could be accomplished with just a little bit of back, a pry bar, and a shovel, and the rocks around.
That look like fun. There. Now it should be on an angle where I can just flip it up. That's the plan anyway. Do my breathing. Okay. Feel the energy. You're my friend. Don't hurt me. Oh, yay. Oh, she's a heavy one. This one was a hard one to flip out of the hole as it was. I don't know what you're made of, but you're heavy. It's too bad I wasn't a nugget.
When digging up boulders, in most cases, red, green, and black boulders are generally the heaviest in a river channel, and also can be a good sign of looking for the heavy run.
Baby. Oh, she's a heavy one. Oh. A bigger rock. Bad rock.
Once a guy reaches a certain point with a rock this size, much better to take your time and do things right. Don't rush things out of frustration or tiredness.
Oh, we're getting her. Come on, baby. You can do it.
A pry bar sure can be a great tool, providing you the proper leverage. It's amazing what one can accomplish as we walk this boulder on an uphill angle to get it positioned out of my way.
Oh, this is going to be one of them. Come on. Now what are we going to do? Too bad. Better than what it was. I just gotta wiggle her over a little more and she should be good. If you get the right angle. There. Let's get this underneath there. Oh, dirt around you. Help cement you in there. What do I tell you? It just never ends.
Looking into the forest and through the trees, and then down into the sampling trench. one sure can see how these old rivers hide themselves very well. I'm also liking the way this river structure is really jetting away and dropping down. Hauling buckets in and out of here all day is getting a little bit harder, but when washing gravels through the high banker, one tends to get a little excited, as you just never know what might turn up. Well, you want the good news or the bad news first? Well, I guess it's kind of good news. This hole keeps dropping. Bad news, huge boulders down in the bottom there. I really don't know how a guy's gonna deal with them. Basically you'd have to clean this whole trench out, figure out a winching system, roll all these back out of the way, and then ramp this down, start plucking these ones out. Yeah, it's quite a ways down there now. It must be about 12 feet. I'm pretty tired today. Moving lots of rock, climbing in and out of here. Yeah, the good news, it's more than likely in the cleanup we found gold. And tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I guess we have lots to be thankful for, plus a little bit of gold. But I gotta hike out of here, get everything cleaned up, do my cleanup, grab my gold, and spend the day with the family tomorrow. Well, I haven't panned this completely down. It's definitely looking interesting. Still lots of nice flake, nice picker in there. Yeah, like I say, I gotta get out of here, finish packing up, clean up camp, and get out of here before that sun goes down. Well, making my way out and still thinking of the gold we found throughout that trench. But it's time for another day and time to take the boy out on the claim. Making our way down the trail through the forest, like many times in the past. On this trip, I need to take care of a huge spruce tree snag that in the right windstorm could fall across my shack. I'm not going to show you how to fall trees, as it's a very dangerous occupation. And many experienced fallers are seriously injured or killed every year. With the use of falling wedges, I can tip this tree away from my shack and hopefully put it down where I want it to fall. It can also be dangerous because sometimes the wedges don't work or a gust of wind comes up and spoils your plans. Felling trees is always a good adrenaline rush, and I'm just thankful it went according to plan. It'll also be a good feeling sleeping in that shack at night, knowing that that snag is finally gone and not hanging over my head.
Hit her hard.
Before this wasn't easy. Oh.
Now turn it the other way. And then cut it across.
As the boy gets older, it's time for me to let him experience things more and more, even though it's a little nerve-wracking. Learning to cut kindling and keeping all your digits was high on the list. Nicks and cuts are just friendly reminders that your finger is still there, and the boy is doing a great job, and I should have no more need to worry. Hiking in a nice little camp stove. Set it all up and roofed it in. Now I'm lighting a fire to give it a good cure and burn off any residues that are still attached. This will make a nice cold night an enjoyable one. Well, with all my jobs out of the way and camp is set, now we can get back to prospecting. But first, we had a little visitor that's been living in my camp all season, and believe it or not, this little shrew nests underneath my campfire, under the stones, out in front of my shack. Even my dog just sits back and watches this little guy go. The little shrew earns a black beetle for lunch, but it's time for us to get on with our day and get back to prospecting. Rather than make my boy work in this sampling trench that's turning into a bit of a shaft, we're going to push off onto some old ground that I know holds some good gold and is just sitting there waiting for the taking.
Are you whipping out?
I was tired.
Tired gets no gold.
What?
You don't get no gold being tired.
I guess.
Right.
Well, I guess my motivational speech didn't really work, so we'll try something else and we'll switch up jobs for the day. You just know the cleanup's gonna be great when you see this much gold lying around in the top hopper. Always makes for an exciting day. The false bedrock of clay under this old river sure seems to be producing some nice pays.
I think pretty good for a day.
Yeah. Hit the mother load.
See a nice easy way to light a camp stove. Got some charcoal in the bottom, birch bark and kindling stacked on top. Little cross piece there. And here, a little charcoal underneath. And use these little fuel tablets for cooking. It'll burn up to 9 minutes. But I got a nice little hollow underneath here. I can slide it right in underneath everything. I'll guarantee you a fire. That's one thing, you always end up smoking the place up a bit until you get the heat up that chimney.
To tell you the truth, I actually bought them fuel tablets by mistake, thinking they were something else. But, like a good prospector, I utilized them anyway.
Close this up so you don't smoke the place out. Nice little bed of coals in there. On a few bigger pieces. They're getting hot. I can boil my coffee up here. Well, good morning there. Hopefully everybody's awake. I know my son's not. Guess I worked him a little hard the last couple days, but you know, we're on some good gold now. So I'm all set up and ready to go. This deposit in here is pulling out some really nice gold. So we'll let him sleep. We'll start ripping this apart and getting ready to run for the day here. Hopefully my partner wakes up soon. Give me a hand. Yeah, can't ignore a nice little deposit like this. So you're probably doing anywhere from 1 gram to 2 grams for a half a yard of material, which is pretty awesome gold. And we're on a false bedrock of clay here. We'll follow this in, and we really don't get any better than this. So we'll get to work here knocking this down and just flash up the high banker and get running.
The boy thought it would be fun to hijack my camera for the day and become director and cameraman, which is fine by me. Give me a spot with some good gold, shovel and buckets and a high banker, and I'm good for the day. You'll notice that he seems to be keeping his distance from me, which is probably a good plan on his part, because if he gets too close, I'm going to put him to work right away. He does make me a little worried handling my camera, but he did manage to get a nice shot of a little hummingbird nest. It's still keeping his distance from me and hiding around trees, like I don't know he's there. After all, I'm used to listening for bears. I work through most of the day and listening to these two through the bush hard at play. But it's the end of another day. It's time to shut down and see what kind of golds we got.
Okay. Dad told me to shut off the pump, and then you'll see what we have for today's taking. They're not roasted, right? Okay. Let's see what we have today. Got their hand in this loose box, I see. You find anything, Dad?
One there. Another one there. Another one in the corner there.
That's where we got a lot of it, eh?
Yeah, most of it'll be hidden. There. A nice little nuggie. It's got lots of character to it.
Finding pickers or nuggets is a good thing indeed, but it's even better when you're running a sampling project, as it really picks the value of the ground up. Getting out every last flake a guy can. Once the gold's clean and sitting in the pan, one sure can see what a great sample this turned out to be. If you also look at the golds, you'll notice there's a couple differences. One looks more coarse and the other a little more smooth. Hiking out, one can't help but think of the prospecting that's been done. Knowing the gold is trying to tell you something, and I'm thinking there's a couple secrets left up in these hills yet to be unlocked. But only time will tell, with a lot of work and a little bit of luck. On the way out, running into one of the local residences. A moose going about her day, trying to put on as much weight as she can before the winter. Very easygoing animal and pretty timid. But don't ever mess with a moose, and keep an eye on their ears, because if they look you in the eyes and them ears go flat back, you very well could be in trouble. While we all look at each other and say goodbye for the day. And I'll leave you guys with these final words.
Hit the mother load.